Are we seeing a positive change at the moment, Paul, in terms of the way clubs are handling players who are struggling?
Yeah, 100%. And fair play to the clubs as well. I think that's important. I think, they pay a lot of money for these people and they pay them a lot of wages. But at the same time, they think of the person. And fair play to the lad. He could have easily just held that in. And
that would have been the way in the past, wouldn't it?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Everybody would have said, oh, he's getting this, he's getting that. People understand now. This takes anybody. Mental health takes anybody. It doesn't, because you earn a lot of money and you play the best game in the world and you've got the best job in the world, doesn't mean you're not going to be ill. Do you know what I mean? And mental health takes anybody. So for me, fair play to the lad. I wish him all the best. I've been there too many times, and I wish him all the best. And he's very, very brave for what he's done to come out, because there'll be a lot of people out there sitting behind their silly keyboards, in their bedrooms with the curtains pulled. And they'll be going, oh, it's a disgrace, it's this and that. Don't listen to them people. They're lemons.
Never listen to them. I mean, Chris, Richarlison opened up a little bit early in the season about his struggles as well. From your time as a player and what you hear and you see now, are more players struggling than perhaps we're aware of?
Yeah, I would say so. I think maybe before people masked it, they didn't want to face it up. I think, with people speaking, there's more access to help out there now. People feel as if, they don't need to be, boxed in a corner as such with nowhere to turn. I think, with the way that the world has changed, basically, it's not just in football. You've got to give credit to a lot of people in terms of opening up and it's not easy, and I think there's obviously the other side of it where people don't, but you've got to applaud the ones who do, because there is always somebody out there who will listen to you. Well, there should be. It doesn't matter how bad you think it is or how bad you're feeling at that moment in time. Speak to somebody if you're struggling.
Mike? Sorry, Mike just wanted to say, quickly, Clinton.
I'm very good friends with Scott Davis, former Tranmere goalkeeper. There's been quite public this week. He's done a podcast with Tranmere. And when Scott finished at Tranmere with an Achilles injury, all he's done for 15, 20 years is play football. Finished, didn't know what to do with his life. Tried to do something away from football, couldn't do it. Turned to drink. He's only early 30s. Sat on a motorway bridge for 2 hours, thinking of jumping off the bridge, because he just did not know what to do with himself when he finished football. Didn't have no idea what to do. Didn't know where to get help. Luckily enough, he had a good group of friends around him, near where he lives. Give the Sporting chance, been in there, recovered. Now, lucky enough, now he's just took up a job at Fleetwood Town as the under-18s, under-21 goalkeeper. So, he's early 30s, and all he's done is play football for so long. You don't know what to do when you finished, and he was just in such a bad place. And he kept it into himself, because he didn't want to admit that he was in trouble. But in the end, he had to, otherwise he might not have been here. So,
And but that is... we did it, yeah, you're right.
In terms of routine. Yeah, because if you don't have a structure in your life, you feel as...
But it's also your identity, isn't it?
Yeah,
when we lose our identity, it's hard.
We've all been there, but you're all programmed as a footballer, and there's other jobs that's the exact same. You go in, you get your breakfast, you train, you have your lunch, you maybe do a little bit of gym, then you go home, you rest up and go again tomorrow. When that stops, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what's going on here? You don't know, it's a shock to your system. And then, you can understand, Paul Merson's, there's nobody better to speak about it than him. There is times where you feel lost in your life. And right now, there is people out there, are struggling. But we will always say it, there will be somebody there to listen to you.
Yeah, I agree with that, because we did a show when I first ever started about 4 or 5 years ago with Merson on a show of talking about it. And you do suffer. When you finish football, you suffer. I suffered massively. I never come out and spoke about it, but then I did come out because I felt comfortable because he was talking about it, and it's someone you can engage with. And that's why me and him have so much of a good friendship, because I know what he's been through, and I know I can speak to him about things, and I'll always pick up the phone. And I've said it many a times. I pick up the phone, he'll pick up the phone to me twice a week. We'll chat, we'll have a talk to see how each other are. And that's what you got to do. You got to pick up the phone, see how people are. There's always people out there to help you. And say, don't listen to the lemons that are on social media. They haven't a clue.
And I would say fair play to the clubs and people all over the country, CEOs of big companies. It's not just happening in football, it's happening on the workplace of everywhere. And fair play to all them people as well.